My name's Mariel. I'm a mom of two, a little boy and a little girl. I'm also a teacher. I've been in education for almost 20 years. And when I first started, when I seeked out for help with you, I think one of my biggest frustrations is I thought I was doing everything, correctly and eating, the healthiest I could eat, and just so many things that I always thought were the right thing to do.
Right.
And still I wasn't feeling well. I was having a lot of episodes of like gut issues, such as like IBS and acid reflux, severe acid reflux. And I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out what was triggering everything and why I was just not feeling my greatest when I thought I would, I was exercising, I was doing everything that you're supposed to do. I called my doctor and I'd be like, okay, what's going on? And oh, just take this medication. And they'd prescribe me something and I try it and then it didn't work. And then, okay, well, that one didn't work. Now let's try this. And it was just, I'm like, I don't want to just be medicated without even, I wouldn't even have to go in to get tested for anything. It was just an automatic, take these meds and they'll make you feel better. I actually went outside of my insurance to try to seek other medical, advice, a more holistic way. I had some tests run, but I still couldn't put my finger on like, okay, this is what it is. I have to change this, or I have to do this, just to make me feel my best. But I was having a lot of acid reflux for like, not just like a day or, the day I ate something, or it was like weeks, months long, where it was just from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep. Just having these issues that I didn't know, where they were coming from, and just very uncomfortable. And, as a mom, you want energy, you want to be able to provide for your family and be
Yeah.
present and, play with your kids. And it just, it would make me feel very like sluggish, like I didn't want to do anything, only because it just felt so uncomfortable. Honestly, I think when we met, like I was feeling very hopeless, and it's just like, what else? Like, is this how I'm gonna live the rest of my life? Like, and that can, bring on like a little bit of anxiousness. Like, okay, what's gonna happen to me if I don't want to live my life feeling this way? Feeling great. Like I thought this day would never come where I was just feeling like, wow, like, is this real? Like, can I actually feel this day every day? Like, I like to read a lot. Like I'll buy books, I'll go online, do my own research, but there was so much that I learned with you. I feel like you gave me the tools to, anything that comes on now that's gut related. Like I know how to, do away with it without having to go months, feeling this way. I'd eaten something and I had like a little flare and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, another 4 or 5 months of this, and no, it was like, I did some of the things that, you advise that I do. And it took like 2 days. Like, you just really gave me the tools. Like I know what I am to do to make myself feel better. First, I did do because I was just scared of eating anything because I'm like, what is causing this? But then slowly we started adding things that were okay to eat. And you guided me through all of that. I feel more energized. Like I can do things now, like that maybe I had put a little bit of a pause on. I'm like working out on a more regular basis, whereas before I was just not feeling like doing it because I was kind of in a place where I just didn't feel good. And so even with my kids, with my own kids, it gives me energy to go outside and play at the park with them and go, just different things. And I'm able, there was times where when it got really bad that if I needed to be like by a bathroom or something, like I'm like, I don't really want to go out because what if I start feeling this way over there, or what if, and so now I don't have to worry about those things. And, at the beginning, I think when someone's going through something, you feel like you're going to stay there forever. And you feel like, I'm just going to have to accept this and just live with this. And it's not the case. There's so much that can be done. And I'm in such a different place now than when we started to work with each other. If one thing didn't work, okay, now we're going to try this. It was like you never gave up on just like, okay, that didn't work, then forget it. It was just like, okay, what now we're going to do this, and now we're going to do this until we figured it out. A very important thing I learned too was just listening to your body. You're always living in such a rush to, okay, I have to go to work now, I have to cook dinner, I have, and just taking the time to really listen to your body. I think that was a big learning I got from you.
Then we think that there is this way we're supposed to be, or the way we're supposed to eat or think or whatever. And it's really like kind of uncovering that to be like, checking back in with what we did as kids and being like, okay, well, what does my body actually need or want right now?
Yes. And
Yeah.
now I practice that for everything, like, if,
Love it.
just everything in life. Like, okay, does this, is this going to be good for me if I'm looking at a job or something, and like, is this a good time to move? Is this, I apply some of the things that you taught me to different parts of my life, not
Yeah.
just the food. And I just want to encourage, like, you were kind of my ray of hope, and just I would look forward to our sessions for the week. I'd be like, oh, today's the day I meet with Leah. It's very eye-opening what you had to teach. And I don't know if you'd ever notice, I'd be taking notes of like the
Yeah.
things you're saying, because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I would just really encourage someone that's feeling like, you don't have to live feeling, bad forever, or feeling like your gut is just not going to ever heal, because there is, it will heal over time, but you just need to have the right resources. And I think you were kind of my guiding light to go back to feeling 100%. So if you're on the fence, don't be on the fence, just do it. You will not regret it, and you will see results. I met you when I met you, but if I would have found you before, for sure I would have signed up to to meet with you, because it has been life changing.